Selecting the right jig head is like buying a car. You've got to get the right one. You wouldn't take a Ferrari down a dirt track just the same as you wouldn't take a four-wheel drive around a racetrack. So let's look at the variables and work out which is the best jig head for you to choose. Let's start off by looking at the jig head and its properties. These are all the elements that go into making up a jig head. The weight, the plastic keeper, the eye, the hook shank, the bend, point and barb. In most cases, the jig head rides with the hook facing upwards. That's because of where the weight is located in relation to the hook eye. That way, when you're grubbing it into the bottom, it won't get snagged as easily. The lead section is not always located in front of the jig head. This can give a different swimming action. Steel gauge, as in the wire thickness, is one of the most misunderstood and overlooked aspects of selecting the jig head. Just like the car analogy earlier, you need to look at the thickness of the steel of the hook before you buy them. This means that you need to know what you're fishing for and with what type of tackle. Trying to set the hook past the barb with this heavy steel gauge hook from Nitro whilst using 3-pound braid and a light action rod isn't going to work. The outfit doesn't have enough pulling power to ram that heavy gauge steel in. This is where a light gauge steel hook comes into play. And on the other side of the coin, the same can be said for a light gauge hook with heavy tackle, in the fact that you'll easily straighten the light gauge hook because you've got too much pulling power. The best way to look at this and get it sorted is to use as light a gauge hook as you can and get that hook into the fish past the barb, and then use your drag to the best of its abilities to stop yourself from pulling it straight. The lead section or head section incorporates the entire weight and the plastic keeper. These plastic keepers are very important and need to perform well so that they go easily into the soft bait but hang onto it tight. This will save the fish pulling it back and ruining your retrieve. The actual lead section of the jig head, like on this Brim Pro, has a particular shape, but keep in mind the shape has very little to do with how the lure will swim, so don't get too caught up in it. Well, that's just a little something on jig heads. I hope you enjoyed it. For more information, go to berkleyfishing.com.au.